Hello guys, Ashley here, also known as the HB Fan, back here with another review. And today we're going to talk about wrestling, and like I said, we're going to be talking about bringing back the whole things that storylines, characters, title reigns, fractions, about if it was ruined. And there's a lot of things to discuss when it comes to WWE about what was ruined. There's a lot. I'm saying right now, I might not be able to fulfill every single thing because I do need to get to my Vampire Diaries rants, but I think I might just postpone that for a while because, like I said in my last video, I am in the middle of moving, so I've been feeling really bad about not being able to get any rants out because there is a lot of things I need to talk about. I have so many photos in my phone about things I need to talk about. Movies, shows, like there's other One Tree Hill topics that I didn't even get a chance to talk about in my phone gallery, in my photos. So, but I did want to talk about wrestling. I feel like wrestling is something I don't talk about enough on my channel, and wrestling has been a big part of my life since the dawn of time. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about wrestling and just give my thoughts on some of the things that I just feel like bother me. And today, one of the things we're going to talk about that bothered me is how WWE stumped on the Shredded Society, led by the one and only CM Punk, my fave. I absolutely love him. I love CM Punk. I don't care what anyone says. I absolutely love this man. I would be very generous one day if I could ever meet him. But let's get into Shredded Society. This group had so much potential, and WWE decided to stump on it. So let's talk about before we get into the bad things about it, it only makes sense to talk about what I really did like about this fraction. And what I want to talk about about this fraction is I feel like CM Punk, when he had long hair, I feel like people really sleep on his long hair era, like early '06 to like 2009, because 2010 I'll say 2010 because his hair got cut after that. But so I would say like early '06, like 2010, people really sleep on his long hair era. I feel like a lot of people forget a lot of things that he did when he had the longer hair. And me, I absolutely love the Jeff Hardy and Shredded Society stuff that he did on SmackDown. I absolutely think SmackDown was the best fit for him because I feel like him going to Raw in 2008 was a really bad business move because when he won the World Heavyweight Championship, that title reign is so forgetful. I think he only had, I know he fought Batista. That was actually a really good match. I feel like people really sleep on the match that him and Batista had at American Bash 2008. And I know he fought JBL. I don't think him and JBL had any convincing in-ring chemistry to me. And that was it. And then he got put in a hip Randy, and then right after that, they put him in a tag team division with Kofi Kingston. So it kind of made it seem like that championship reign was just a good title reign. And to me, I feel like good title reigns don't last. I'm just giving a overall backstory to this, and then I'll get straight into it. If you don't like it, don't listen. But this is me talking because I've been a fan of his since the very beginning. Everybody else was bandwagoners, hopping on him after he cut that pipe bomb. Me personally, I was a fan from the beginning when he was in ECW. A fan from the beginning. I was a fan from the beginning. You could say he was very plain. He was very bland. I won't deny that. He was a very bland baby face. He was just kind of like a person you could easily like and root for, and he was over. So that segment when Tim Triple H had in 2011 when he said that the reaction that you have now, you never had it, that's not necessarily true. He was over in ECW, and when he won the World Heavyweight Championship, he was over 2008. He was getting mega pops. I know people want to pretend like that's not true, but it's very true. He was getting mega pops. Poster boards of people saying, "Marry me, CM Punk. It's Pepsi time." Man, CM Punk was over way before he cut the pipe bomb. So Triple H saying that, that's delusional. That is delusional talk. That's clownery talk. And if you want to agree with Triple H, you're a clown. Honk, honk, honk. You're a clown. He was over way before he cut the pipe bomb. But anyway, about his World Championship reign, I definitely feel like him going to Raw was a really bad move because How the fuck do you expect him to be a top guy when you have guys like Randy Orton, John Cena, Batista, JBL, people who are obviously going to get pushed over him? So it kind of just didn't make any sense for him to go on Raw to be World Heavyweight Championship. I think you should have kept Triple H on Raw and moved CM Punk to SmackDown, because I would have liked to see a CM Punk and Edge feud over Triple H and Edge, which is something that I'll get to when I talk about my thoughts in the PG era. Um, I really didn't have no desire to see a feud between Triple H and Edge. I think that was like long overdue. I would have been way more interested in seeing a feud between Edge and CM Punk, in my opinion. So I feel like CM Punk should have went to SmackDown. But that's that. After that, he won a main event contract again in 2009. And I feel like his second World Championship reign was way, way better, because he went to the better brand. He went to SmackDown and he had a feud with Jeff Hardy, which is absolutely a great, great, great feud. That's like some people sleep on. That feud was actually really great. It was really actually good. CM Punk kind of slowly built up to this hill about being straight edge, and him preaching about being straight edge and always clowning out the crowd for their substance abuses and alcohol and everything. So that's when they were slowly building to the Sheriff Society. And I would say like later on in 2009, he aligned himself with Luke Gallows, and he was coming out there with the Jeff Hardy DVDs and talking about how he feels like WWE putting these DVDs on the shelf is bad for kids, because this is somebody who did drugs, and he just felt like even though Jeff Hardy turned his life around after that, he just don't think people should be looking up to a person like Jeff Hardy, which is absolutely great. A good way to get heel heat. Him coming out dressing like Jeff Hardy is a great way to get heel heat. Absolutely loved it. When he started growing out his hair and started looking like Charles Manson, I feel like in his DVD they was like being a little bit too like, they weren't being obvious about it, that it was obviously like, we all know it was a cult pretty much. But the fact that they would let him say, oh, the idea came from the Manson murders, I would have had to love it if they would have just been honest, because that's obvious what he was doing. He looked like Charles Manson. He grew his hair out like Charles Manson. Everything. He looked like Charles Manson. When he grew out his hair and everything, I'm feeling like, oh my gosh, I am loving this. I'm absolutely loving this. When he would pick people out of the crowd and have them pledge to the Sheriff Society and cut their hair, he cut Serena's hair. Oh my God, it was great. I absolutely loved it. Like, I absolutely loved the Sheriff Society. I loved his segments. His promos were always good. Like, he was just really, really good. He was good. Oh, another thing too, people forget, y'all, CM Punk really nerfed his in ring. The things that he's doing now, he definitely nerfed his in ring ability. He used to do high flying moves. He used to be like able to do, I don't know a lot of wrestling moves. He used to do like, I can't really name them. You might have to. Me personally, I feel like he definitely nerfed a lot of his. He nerfed his moveset down when he got to the main roster, because he was able to do a lot of other stuff, and like, he don't do it anymore. When you watch his early on stuff, like, he was really, really good at this time, and I absolutely love the feud with Rey Mysterio. This feud was so good. Oh my God, who could forget the segment when he sang Happy Birthday, when he tried to beg Rey Mysterio to fight him? I absolutely love that segment. It was so menacing and so weird, and like, it just showed you that CM Punk, he has the ability. He can, when he's given a chance to do something that he likes and he's tuned in with it, he can give you whatever you want to see. Good segments. He's great on the microphone. I don't care what no one says. CM Punk is definitely like top 3 on the mic, in my opinion. He's like top 3, in my opinion. He's a great mic worker. He's convincing. He's good in the ring. Like, yeah, he does have his botchy moments. I know people say, well, how good is he if he botches? Well, to me, he still is good. He's not terrible. But yeah, he does have his sloppy moments. But even I'm able to admit that as a CM Punk fan. So don't talk about you blazing. He does have his botchy moments. But he was good. I just feel like his segments were always good. I absolutely loved it. I loved it. Now let's get to the bad. Um, like I said, I didn't talk more about Rey Mysterio feud, but I actually did love the Rey Mysterio feud. I did like everything with him and Rey. I thought him and Mysterio had really great in-ring chemistry. I did love their matches. Everything. The only match I probably didn't like was the one WrestleMania. It seemed very quick, but I'm not mad at it because I think that was just applying more to the story at the time. So I'm trying to be too mad about that. I just wish this match wasn't so fast paced. It's like they told me to go out there and have a 2-minute match. But absolutely loved it. Everything with him and Mysterio. Their segments were always good. All of it. The having people shaving on people's heads and having them pledge to the Trade Society, just absolutely great shit. Now, on to the bad. To me, I think one of the things that's always bothered me is that why weren't there any more members in the Shred Society? I would have had loved if he would have had convinced somebody else on the main roster to join his Shred Society. I would have had loved if maybe they were like stalking somebody who could have potential to be in the group and they wouldn't like let up until the person joined. I honestly would have really loved that if they would have done something like that. I feel like he definitely should have added more people into the Shred Society group, in my opinion. That's what that just always bothered me. Him losing to Rey Mysterio at Over the Limit. That was really a dumb booking decision, a really, really bad business move. It would have made a lot more sense for Rey to join the Shred Society, in my opinion. Because it would have made a lot more sense. When they cut his hair, that was really the end of the group. When he cut his hair, the group died. It was not good anymore. It was not good. He didn't seem like he wanted to be there. He seemed mentally checked out. Like it wasn't really a cult anymore. He didn't look any different from them because he was bald and everybody was bald now. What made the group so interesting was that everyone was following his lead. It was a cult. Everyone was just under his manipulation and his tactics. When he cut his hair, it just felt like he was one of them. And I really, really hated it. The segments that they gave them were just really bad. The one about Serena drinking, I hated it. It was really bad. He came out there with a terrible mask on behind his face. And then they put them on the feud with Big Show, which is, talk about stepping on it. It was just really bad. Like, I hated it. Me personally, this has always been my favorite, one of my favorite things he did in his career. I know a lot of people love the pipe bomb era, the 2011 and 2012 era. I love that era too. I love his 2011, 2012, and 2013 year as well. Before he came back as Wolverine Punk. But I've always had a really special spot for Shred Society because the 09 2010 era, I always like these two are really slept on to me. I just really hate what they did with Shred Society. It was so much more interesting when he had his long beard and long hair because it was so convincing that he was just this cult leader, having everyone just under his manipulative spell and everything. I just think they should have added more members. And then, that too, they added Joey Mercury. Is that his name? Turns out he was the person, the secret identity the whole time, interfering in his matches. That was the person who always wore the black hoodie. They never revealed it until later on. I think he was revealed at Over the Limit. I could be wrong. They revealed it was Joey Mercury, which I don't mind them adding another member to the group. I think they should have kept the person in the hoodie and the pants as mysterious. To me, I think revealing it was just lame. Instead of adding that person to the group, they should have been adding more people to the group. To me, I did like the idea of a female joining the group. It did give it like, so it's not just like it's a cult for everybody. He can help anyone. I understand he could put the fans or planted actors who was in the crowd into the society. But I would have loved if he would have tried to convince some more people on the main roster to be in his society. Like, how cool of a segment would have been if he would have had all the people on the main roster come out, and he just tell them, follow my lead, straight up can save you. if you shave your hair right now, you can be saved. You can, if you follow my lead, you will be saved. You will be rejoiced. How fun would that have been? And to see like someone who you wouldn't expect to join him, it would be really interesting. I feel like they should have definitely had him go over limit. I remember watching that when I was a kid and just feeling like this is so stupid to have Rey Mysterio go over when he already Rey Mysterio already won a match at WrestleMania. Like, this is CM Punk's time now. And I always feel like it's because CM Punk won the Extreme Rules match, so they had to have Rey Mysterio go over limit. But it's like, no, you don't. Rey Mysterio would have still been over anyway if he would have lost, in my opinion. I feel like it would have made a lot. And then the way he lost too, it was just so anticlimactic with a roll up pin. It was just like a short way to end the whole match to me. I don't know. I just feel like Shred Society just had this group just had so much potential on SmackDown, and to me, I feel like the 09 and 2010 year for SmackDown was really good. Like 08 to 2010 was like really good for SmackDown in my opinion. And they squashed this. They really squashed. I don't think they even gave it a chance to like let on. Like I feel like it had a lot more potential to last like at least about a year. Like, cause what I think the group ended right after SummerSlam. Yeah, after that everybody was released from the group. Everybody, they were all released except for CM Punk. He was the only person who wasn't released. So everyone else was released. Serena, Jordan Mercury, Luke Gallows, they were all released after SummerSlam. They really said there's no use for them. They ruined it. They ruined all of it. And they just ruined it. It was stupid. And I think he mentioned that in his documentary how he just thought like the outcome of everything after it was just really bad and it made him just want to leave, which I disagree with. I would have quit too, in my opinion. That I was just such on a high in my career, and then for y'all to put me at such a low bottom, it just made it seem like his booking wasn't consistent, and it was just really annoying. And I hated the new Nexus thing. I thought that was really dumb. If people want me to talk about how I feel about the Nexus thing, I thought that was really cringy, in my opinion. I didn't like it. Having CM Punk align himself with these jobbers just didn't seem like it was right. It was stupid. I don't know. They were trying to give Raw some excitement. When he explained it, I absolutely hated the new Nexus, but I did love CM Punk. Like he was still entertaining to me. Me personally, when he explained in his documentary, I definitely felt like he should have stayed on SmackDown. But I can't but feel like if he stayed on SmackDown, he probably would have never got the feud with John Cena, because on some extent that pipe bomb worked so much because John Cena was in the ring, because he feels like John Cena is, on some extent, John Cena is the blame for why a lot of people couldn't get over, because a lot of people say John Cena had these victims, and everything. So I understand what they were doing. I feel like if you're going to do that, then you could have had draft him after WrestleMania. Don't draft him before, because you can really tell they really didn't have any plans for him. Like, really, the new Nexus is what you have best. That I did like the Randy Orton feud, but it just seemed like it came out of nowhere. This is something that happened in 2008. Why is this feud just now happening? This is a feud that should have happened in '08. What? It definitely just seemed like it came out of nowhere. The feud was interesting. It was okay. Not one of his best feuds in my opinion. But I would say Henry Jordan, they did try to give it something in my opinion. Way better than what The Miz and John Cena had to work with at WrestleMania. So yeah, before you cut the pipe bomb, his booking wasn't the best. Yeah, I didn't like the new Nexus thing. I don't know much what more to say outside of I didn't like the new Nexus thing. He was still cutting good promos and things like that, but I just didn't like the fact of them putting him with a group of jobbers who really didn't have any potential outside of Wayne Barrett, really. I feel like Wayne Barrett was the only person who had real potential, in my opinion, and WWE did nothing with him either. They put him on SmackDown, which I thought was stupid. He should have stayed on Raw. They put him on SmackDown to build a core, which is a group that, who remembers? I think everybody from that group was released too. Like, what the fuck? What was the point of that? But yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like Straight Society was a really good group in the beginning, and then WWE squashed it like a bug, and then they released everybody from the group, and then they put CM Punk on SmackDown. I mean on Raw. So it was just dumb all around. But I do want to segue and talk about my thoughts on the triple threat match between CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns, because I feel like in my video yesterday, even though I was talking about everything from WrestleMania, I feel like this is the one match that I can't stop thinking about. Like, I just can't understand why this match is a triple threat. I just want to get my thoughts again on it and why I just feel like it's just dumb. So, yeah, just talk about it. Me personally, a lot of people have been saying that it makes no sense for Seth Rollins to be in this feud, in this match. And I just feel like the feud was about Seth Rollins and CM Punk in the beginning. If you really think about it, Roman Reigns is the person who put himself in the middle of this, not Seth Rollins. Seth and CM Punk already had something going on before Roman Reigns got in the middle of it. So I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that's what they should have done on Monday Night Raw when Roman Reigns attacked both of them. They should have had Seth Rollins go over, because that's what it's looking like. He's going to be CM Punk clean. You have Seth pin CM Punk. 1, 2, 3. And then you have Roman Reigns come out there and attack Seth Rollins and yank him out the cage. Beat him down, yada, yada, yada. Then you have Roman Reigns attack CM Punk. Now you have more of a reason to have these guys fight, in my opinion. Because on SmackDown, when they all came out there, I feel like none of them really said anything. I mean, I feel like CM Punk said something, but it wasn't anything about. It had nothing to do with what happened on Raw. Nothing. Seth Rollins didn't mention anything about Roman Reigns costing him the win. He was talking about we got to take CM Punk out. You have no idea how dangerous he is, which I have no idea what that means. Roman Reigns didn't really say anything. He said CM Punk cost him his chance at the Royal Rumble, which is every man for himself at the Royal Rumble, so that makes no sense for Roman Reigns. And then CM Punk came out and said he said neither one of you have ever beaten me clean without the other person's help, and that he told Roman Reigns that if it wasn't for me, if it wasn't for me helping your family at Survivor Series, you would have never won. So I have no idea what this feud is about for all three of them. Like, I'm really confused. Cause like it honestly just make it seem like it was the point of Roman Reigns attacking both of them. But they both weren't going to mention about finishing it. They both should have been mad at Roman Reigns for getting in the middle of their business and finishing the match. That's why I feel like Seth Rollins should have just lost clean, and then you could still have Roman attack them, and him saying that he intends on getting payback for what happened at the Royal Rumble. In my opinion. I'm ready to just get to the favor of it. Like, I really just want CM Punk to tell us what the hell the favor is for Paul Heyman. If the favor is Paul Heyman turning on Roman Reigns and aligning himself with CM Punk, that is so lame and so boring. CM Punk does not need Paul Heyman. For what? What does he need Paul Heyman for? What does he need him for? To get a title shot? That's lame too, in my opinion. I feel like CM Punk can get that whenever he wants it. In my opinion, I don't know. I feel like Triple H. I feel like sometimes some people who like Triple H and who like his booking, I feel like y'all be glazing him too much. Like, I feel like y'all don't really be seeing the issues in his booking. His booking could be very lazy. Like, say what you want about Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon has definitely had his shitty bookings, but I feel like he wouldn't be leaving us in a misfire like this. No. Vince McMahon wouldn't just have a random triple threat match at WrestleMania for no reason. This is very random. Very, very random. I feel like out of all the matches on the card, this is the most random to me. The Naomi and Jay Cargill's match has more storyline built going into it. This is stupid. I don't understand this triple threat match. I feel like I need to see some more content. So hopefully, leading up to WrestleMania, they are having more segments with each other. Because if not, I'm gonna have some problems. WrestleMania is looking really, really god awful. I honestly feel bad for anybody who bought a ticket because, like I said, I don't know, that probably could change because I'm thinking of where WrestleMania? I think WrestleMania 39. WrestleMania 39 had a pretty good build. Like, I'm not even gonna try to shame it. I thought some of the matches had good builds going in, so I'm not gonna try to shame it that hard. But let's just say that's supposed to say that even though the booking towards it is bad, the build towards it is bad, maybe the show might surprise us. So I'll keep my lookout for that. That maybe the show might surprise us. But honestly, the booking for the show is not making me feel any desire to watch it. So yeah. So we got that out of the way. I just don't like the idea of a triple threat match. It's very random. It's confusing, and I feel like when it came on SmackDown, all three of them, they didn't really say anything to make me feel like, okay, they all need to fight each other in a triple threat match. It was just like, what for? Another thing that I want to segue and talk about, we're gonna get some WWE shit off my mind, is WWE starting to build up their younger talent. I've been seeing a lot of people complain about this, so I thought I would just segue and get my thoughts in. Um, I definitely do have a problem with Triple H filling the roster up with older guys. Um, sorry to drink. It's really a shame that people like Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and the Sami Zayns, and Kevin Owens, and Cody Rhodes, and the John Cena's are all getting more tea time and more time to show their character abilities over younger talent like Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes, Tiffany Stratton. Who else is young? People. Bianca Belair is not young talent. People know that right now. Bianca Belair is not young talent. Jade Cargill is not young talent. So people know that right now. Only people to me who I feel like who are young talent and who have been getting proper TV time is Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. I'm so tired of seeing Rhea Ripley. I really am. They nerfed Dominic down. Dominic should have. Honestly, I think Dominic should have been world champion. He should have been a world champion a long time ago. Honestly, Dominic should have been won a world championship. I know people will be like, "Are you serious?" He should have been won a world championship. Damian Priest is not young talent. Drew McIntyre is not young talent. It's really irritating and really, really shameful to think that people like Tiffany Stratton are being nerfed to someone like fucking Charlotte. I'm so tired of Charlotte. I'm tired of seeing her on my screen. I'm tired of her winning titles. And after this segment between Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte is definitely winning the belt at WrestleMania. And this is what, her 17th title reign? Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? Charlotte is like 38 or 37 years old. Why isn't Tiffany Stratton going over? It's it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous that people like Tiffany, Carmelo, Braun Breaker, all these people are being nerfed because Triple H's inability to build up the younger generation. He should have been doing what Vince McMahon did with the OVW talent, like the John Cena's, like the Randy Ortons, like the Batistas, like the Shelton Benjamins, like the Brock Lesnar's. When they came to the main roster, these guys had something to do. It wasn't the best at first, Batista had that terrible Deacon character. That wasn't good, but when he got into the evolution, it helped him again. It helped him build up his confidence again. Randy Orton, he had great booking until he turned face, and then he had to turn heel again. But when he was face, I didn't like it. I never could, and I never once wanted to Randy Orton being a face. But when he turned heel in 2005, okay, we're back on track. I love Randy Orton. John Cena at first he was really bland and boring, but then when he turned into the Thugonomics, we love John Cena. Shelton Benjamin, he kind of was just always a very bland guy in my opinion, but when he was with Kurt Angle in the Kurt Angle fraction, I forgot the name of it. I did like Shelton Benjamin. He was pretty cool with Kurt Angle, but I've always felt Shelton Benjamin was just somebody who was just kind of there in the roster. I don't really remember him talking much on the mic, I couldn't really give you a Shelton Benjamin promo that I remember on the top of my head. Brock Lesnar, he's somebody who had a great main roster career in the early 2000s. I don't know. I feel like, honestly, I feel like Braun Breaker should have been, they should have booted him up like the next Brock Lesnar, like the next big thing. And they didn't do that. They really didn't do that. And they really should have. Because having Brock Breaker lose clean to Sami Zayn, I think twice, that wasn't good. Now, I know what y'all gonna say. That there's been history of younger guys beating bigger guys before. I understand that. I really do. I understand it. I do understand. There's been a history of smaller guys getting in the ring with guys that are bigger than them. You know, CM Punk and Brock Lesnar had a match. CM Punk is way smaller than Brock Lesnar. I understand it. But I think what made that match so much more successful over the Sami Zayn and Brock Breakker matches was that CM Punk had intensity. Like, even though Brock Lesnar was overcoming him a lot in the feud, he still fought back. He had this intensity. He was cool. They just, I don't know, the Sami Zayn thing, honestly, I feel like Braun Breaker should have just been destroying him like a rad dog. Like, I don't know, it shouldn't have been as competitive as it was. Like, I understand what Triple H was doing because Sami Zayn is like the underdog and everything. I understand what he was doing, but honestly, Sami Zayn really ruined a lot of people's momentum once he beat them. Chad Gable is somebody who should have already been a world champion, in my opinion. Well, maybe world champion is a stretch, but he should have been either Intercontinental champion or United States champion a long time ago. Chad Gable, before, when he first came on the roster, he wasn't entertaining. It wasn't until he built like the fake, what is it, All Academy or whatever. When he built that group up, that's when he got charismatic. It's like, oh, you can see personality. He's a stooge. He's uptight. He likes to rub his academics in people's faces. He's actually entertaining and funny. I absolutely love Chad Gable. The shoosh, zigoo. How he talked about he had a 4.0 in college and high school. Like, this guy was actually charismatic, and now he's been nerfed. I can't even tell you what Chad Gable is doing now. Like, he should have been won the championship. I'm sorry, but honestly, they really should bring in. They should have been bringing Braun Breaker in as like the next Brock Lesnar, as like the next big thing, and he should have easily went through Sami Zayn like that, in my opinion, like that, and then having him lose to Jey Uso just to win the title back, just dumb booking. Honestly, the young talent, I'm not gonna go down everybody's booking, but just know that the young talent, the younger stars, their booking has been trash. Triple H can't rely on his older guys for way too long. It's like at some point you have to know how to build up the younger talent, and he's not doing that. And like, I feel like some of y'all just ride his dick too much and y'all glaze too much, and it's like y'all need to really be seeing that he definitely has problems with his booking. But that being all said, those are my rants for today. I will see you guys next time, and thanks for listening.